Environmental Protection Agency has identified flooding, droughts, and water scarcity as major issues associated with climate change in communities across Ghana and affecting livelihoods. The agency is thus calling on various authorities and relevant stakeholders to come up with adaptive strategies to mitigate the effects of this menace. Citi News' Doris Lonta reports.
Unpredicted rainfall patterns, droughts, water scarcity, flooding, and extreme temperatures, among other phenomena, are current experiences resulting from climate change. Research has shown that there was a drastic reduction in rainfall in all 6 ecological zones in Ghana in the year 2020. Researchers have also predicted that if no intervention is made to address climate change by 2050, there will be a 6.7% reduction in rainfall for the Sudan Savannah Zone, a 7.8% reduction in the Guinea Savannah Zone, an 8.8% reduction in the Transitional Zone, a 10.9% reduction in the Deciduous Forest Zone, a 12.1% reduction in the Rainforest Zone, and a 12.3% reduction in the Coastal Savannah Zone. While authorities attribute these effects to human activities, there is an urgent need for adaptation strategies to prevent the exacerbation of these issues and, to a larger extent, prevent loss of life. The Ashanti Regional Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Jackson Nyantechi, spoke with Citi News, highlighting some adaptation measures.
Research shows that some human activities, such as bad farming practices, illegal lumbering, that leads to reduction in the land cover, and then illegal mining, is all these activities are leading to reduction in the land cover. So all these things are contributing to the change in the climate. And you and I know that we are all experiencing the effects. And I'm saying that the impact of climate is so catastrophic that something must be done about this to arrest and to keep the menace. So the question is, what are we supposed to do? We have no control over it. The only intervention available now is try to plant trees to replace the ones that we have felled. And thank God the president has come out with this flagship project of a Green Ghana project, where about 10 billion or million seedlings will be planted for this year. You know, we plant the trees in there. The trees will serve as windbreak that will prevent our houses from being ripped off. The trees will also sequestrate the carbon for us, so that they will not go out there into the atmosphere to create the menace that we are talking about.
The director also called for collaborative efforts in mitigating climate change.
When we talk about climate change mitigation, it starts from you and from everybody. So it is a collective responsibility. I think we should all get ourselves involved if you want to address climate change. You know, the change, as I've already mentioned, we are all experiencing it. The stormy weather that we have, the erratic rainfall patterns, it's a threat to agriculture, and we need to do something about it.
The project coordinator for the National Adaptation Planning Process, who is also the director in charge of climate vulnerability and adaptation, Dr. Ntwibo Siakon Amwa, laments the lack of funds and enforcement of laws as Ghana's problem in combating climate change.
For the policies, we already have all of them. Even their medium-term plan that they develop every 4 years has every thematic area that will provide them that kind of shade. There are two main problems. The fact that we are irresponsible as a country, and it cuts across almost all sectors. So that is one. Secondly, we always lack the needed financing to be able to do maybe projects that are resilient, because the kind of projects that Japan, Germany, France are putting up, we cannot do those things because maybe of the financial cost. However, there are certain things that we can do on our own that does not need money. And that is what? Throwing of garbages around, defecating around, doing things that are providing environmental devastation. Those things, we are the ones causing them. You don't need a policy to be able to do that. The policies are there. I think the enforcement aspect is what we need at this time.
These remarks were made during a training and experience sharing session on climate change adaptation strategies with stakeholders from different district assemblies across the country. The Environmental Protection Agency and other stakeholders are calling for a collaborative effort in combating climate change and its effects. Reporting for Citi News, I'm Doris Lonta from Mesua, Ashanti region.